Upcycling is a fantastic way to give new life to old things. It's about turning what we might throw away into something beautiful and useful. Not only is it good for the environment, but it also adds a unique touch to our homes. Creating your own wall hanging from upcycled materials is a fun and rewarding project. Let's get started. There's a special feeling that comes from making something with your own two hands. Knowing that you've transformed ordinary materials into a work of art is truly satisfying. Plus, you can personalize your wall hanging to match your style and decor. Let your creativity shine. Before we begin, let's gather the materials we'll need for our upcycled wall hanging project. This project is not only fun but also a great way to repurpose items you might already have. Don't worry, most of these items can be found around your house or at a local craft store. It's all about being creative with what you have. Base material, cardboard, fabric scraps, or an old picture frame. These will form the foundation of your wall hanging. Fabric scraps, various colors and textures for flowers and embellishments. The more variety, the more vibrant your project will be. Plastic bottles, clean and dry, in various sizes and colors for leaves. These add a unique touch to your design. Yarn, different colors and thicknesses for tassels. Tassels can add a playful element to your wall hanging. Scissors, for cutting fabric, yarn, and plastic bottles. Make sure they are sharp for clean cuts. Glue gun and glue sticks, for attaching elements to the base. A hot glue gun works best for a strong hold. Ruler or measuring tape, for measuring and cutting materials accurately. Precision is key to a polished look. Pencil or pen, for marking measurements and sketching designs. This helps in planning your layout before you start gluing. Wooden dowel or stick, for hanging the finished wall hanging. Choose a sturdy one to support your creation. String or twine, for attaching the dowel to the wall hanging. This will be the final touch to complete your project. Before we start cutting and gluing, let's take a moment to plan our design. This will help us create a cohesive and visually appealing wall hanging. Grab a piece of paper and a pencil. Think about the overall shape and size you want for your wall hanging. Do you envision a long flowing design or a more compact and symmetrical one? Sketch out a rough outline of the base. Consider what colors and textures you want to incorporate. Will it be bright and bold or soft and muted? Lastly, imagine where you want to hang your finished creation. This will help you determine the appropriate size. Now that we have a design in mind, let's prepare the base for our wall hanging. This will serve as the foundation for all the beautiful elements we'll be adding. If you're using cardboard, cut it to your desired size and shape using scissors. You can also use fabric scraps for a softer look. Simply cut a piece of fabric slightly larger than your intended base size. For a more polished look, repurpose an old picture frame by removing the glass and backing. The frame itself can serve as a unique and sturdy base. Section 5. Crafting beautiful elements. This is where we get to let our imaginations run wild and create something truly unique and beautiful. Here comes the fun part. Creating the elements that will bring our wall hanging to life. It's all about combining different textures, colors, and materials to make something that stands out. We'll be making fabric flowers, plastic bottle leaves, and yarn tassels. Each of these elements adds a unique touch to our project. Get ready to unleash your creativity. There's no right or wrong way to do this, so feel free to experiment and have fun. Fabric flowers. Cut out circles of fabric in various sizes. The more variety, the more interesting your flowers will look. The size of the circle will determine the size of your flower. Larger circles will make bigger, more dramatic flowers, while smaller circles will create delicate, intricate ones. Fold each circle in half, then in half again, forming a cone shape. This will give your flowers a three-dimensional look. Secure the pointed end with a dab of glue. Make sure it's firmly in place so your flower holds its shape. Layer and glue different sizes of cones together to create a flower. You can mix and match colors and patterns for a more vibrant effect. Plastic bottle leaves. Cut out leaf shapes from your plastic bottles. This is a great way to recycle and add a unique element to your wall hanging. Use different shades of green. You can even use other colors for a more whimsical look, adding a playful touch to your design. And even other colors for a more whimsical look. The more variety, the more eye-catching your leaves will be. You can add details to your leaves by carefully cutting small slits along the edges. This will give them a more realistic and textured appearance. Yarn tassels. Wrap yarn around your hand several times. The more wraps, the fuller your tassel will be. Then carefully slide the loops off your hand. Be gentle to keep the loops intact. tie a separate piece of yarn tightly around the top of the loops. This will form the head of your tassel and keep everything in place. Cut the loops at the bottom to create the tassel, fluff it out, and you're done. Now you have a beautiful handmade element to add to your wall hanging. Section 6. Bringing your vision to life. With our base prepared and our decorative elements ready, it's time to assemble our wall hanging. This is where our design plan comes in handy. Arrange your fabric flowers, plastic bottle leaves, and yarn tassels on the base. Don't be afraid to experiment with different layouts until you achieve a composition that you love. Once you're happy with the arrangement, use your glue gun to secure each element to the base. Be sure to apply glue generously to ensure that everything is securely attached. Section 7. Preparing your wall hanging. In this section we will guide you through the final steps to complete your beautiful wall hanging. Our wall hanging is almost complete. Just a few more steps and it will be ready to display proudly in your home. Now we need to add a hanger so we can display our creation. This is an important step to ensure your wall hanging is secure and looks great on your wall. Measure and cut a piece of string or twine to your desired length. Make sure it's strong enough to hold the weight of your wall hanging. This will determine how high or low your wall hanging hangs. Consider the space where you plan to display it to get the perfect length. Lay the string or twine across the back of the wall hanging, about a third of the way down from the top edge. This will help distribute the weight evenly. Apply a generous amount of glue along the string or twine, ensuring it adheres firmly to the back of the wall hanging. Let it dry completely before moving on. Attach the wooden dowel to the top edge of the wall hanging. This will give it a polished and professional look. You can do this by gluing the dowel directly to the back or by tying the string or twine securely around the dowel. Either method will work well, so choose the one you prefer. Section 8. Adding your personal flair. Congratulations on assembling your very own upcycled wall hanging. Now comes the exciting part, adding your personal touch. Remember, this is your creation, so feel free to experiment and have fun. Consider adding beads, buttons, or other embellishments to your flowers. You could even paint the plastic bottle leaves with acrylic paint for a more vibrant look. Don't be afraid to mix and match different colors, textures, and materials to create a truly unique and eye-catching piece. Section 9. Embrace creativity and sustainability. Creating with upcycled materials is a rewarding experience that benefits both our creativity and our planet. Not only have we transformed ordinary items into a beautiful work of art, but we've also given them a new purpose. Share your creation with friends and family, inspiring them to explore the world of upcycling. Remember, every small step towards sustainability counts. By choosing to upcycle, we're making a conscious effort to reduce waste and preserve our environment for future generations. So, go ahead and let your creativity bloom while embracing the beauty of sustainable living.